up, Tom and Clan? We are live, coming to you from cabin 2322 here on the brand new Carnival Venezia. Well, the ship's not new, it's just new to Carnival. I'm sure you all know that by now. Hopefully you enjoyed the highlights of Lisbon and Obidos. That's where we went today. Medieval castle, dates back to the
1200s.
Yeah, 11th century, 12th century, something like that. So it was pretty fun. But we're not here to talk about castles. We're here to talk about Deck 5 tonight and answer a bunch of your questions. Hey guys, is the Wax Museum still there? No, it's gone. In fact, one of the clubs in the highlights is where the Wax Museum used to be. So no, it's gone. We'll just answer that question right away. Get that off. It's done. And then we'll talk about some stuff. So let's get right to it. Here is Deck 5, guys. Hey there, Tall Man Clan. Welcome back. Today was a great day on the ship. Actually, today it was a great day off the ship. But we're now back on the ship, and we're ready to show you Deck 5. So let's get to it. As you can see behind us, it's the theater. And just like on Deck 4 the other day, it's closed. They're in there rehearsing. I promise you, I will find a time to get in there and show you the theater, okay? We are on the right side of the ship. Again, your front elevator bank is right there. We'll just show it to you because the decor is, I love all the tile work here, right? So again, we are in the front of the ship, Deck 5. So right away, right when you come out of the theaters, you have your shops, okay? And we will, again, cover the shops on a sea day for you guys. We'll just come up here and video them and slide them into the stream so that you can see. All right, it's really beautiful up here. That's where I get a lot of my shots. We're actually coming back onto the ship through Deck 3 today. Okay. Oh, excuse me. All right, so again, there's all kinds of different shops up here. If you want to get your hair done, that's right here. They're open. Maybe I should get a haircut. All right, so we're gonna stay on the right side and then we'll cover the left side after, okay? So as we get further past over on the right here, we have Banzai Teppanyaki. Now, unlike most of the Carnival ships, this one actually has 4 tables. All right, look at that. Now we've been talking a lot about what they have refurbished and what they haven't. They've obviously done some work in here, okay? Yeah, we have teppanyaki scheduled. I don't know if we've said this in any of our streams yet, but we're celebrating Lisa's birthday while on this ship and our anniversary, both on one cruise. So as you work further back here, there's this sort of opening that you can look down into the casino on Deck 4. Honestly, it's kind of neat, okay? So just past Banzai Teppanyaki, you got your Fahrenheit 555, right? Your Steakhouse. And a real rich decor in here. Look at this thing. Look at this. This is beautiful. We're having teppanyaki on
my birthday.
On Lisa's birthday, and we're doing Fahrenheit 555 on our anniversary. Okay? Look at that, y'all. I love the colors in here. When we were on the Royal Caribbean ship, when we ate in their upscale steakhouse, the lifeboats were right there. There was like no view. I'm like, that's sort of part of what you're paying is the ambiance, the view. It was really bad. I'm glad Carnival has thought about that. All the ships that we've been on, when we go into Fahrenheit, there's a great view. I know, it's just something to think about. We'll see you in a couple days. All right, so we're gonna continue down the right side of the ship. And this is one of those weird left-right areas, okay? As you see, we're coming into another stairs elevator area, okay? So this is the midship elevators. Again, it's not exactly midship, it's a little behind, and we're right here, okay? But you see, we can't go that way. It's all blocked off, so we're forced to go this way, okay? So let's go that way, which is gonna lead us into Pixels. Okay. Woo! There's a few bathrooms here, right? Men, women, and handicapped. Okay. Unlike Virgin, where it just doesn't matter. Okay. So again, technically we're now on the other side of the ship. Okay. Here is the brand new restaurant. This is Il Viaggio. Okay. And here's the restaurant itself. This is an upscale restaurant, meaning you have to pay. I think it's $42. And we will be doing this, so we'll snap a picture of the menu when we do it. Look at this place. Very chic looking. Right? So, oddly enough, they have seating outside as well. At the door, you can go outside, and there's some tables out there. So just real fast, I'll take you out there. If it opens, I don't think it's going to open. No, they have it off. It's a little bit protected from the wind. There's a roof. You know what? We'll be able to show you. We're going to walk the outside deck. This is deck 5. So there's a lot of room outside to walk around. So we'll show you the outside tables from Il Viaggio outside. Okay. So yeah, can't wait to come in here, Lisa.
Right. Looking forward to it.
We probably should have put our microphones on so they can hear you better. We'll do that from the rest of the decks. We apologize. We have a whole set of microphones that we carry with us because Lisa hangs. I mean, she's right here. She's just always one step behind me. All right, here's Frizzante. All right. And here's their menu. There you go. If you need to pause, pause. There's their drink menu. Okay. Lisa's getting a picture of it so we can post that somewhere else. Okay. Even though we're off the center of the ship where all the shops are, there's a couple still spread out. Like if you forgot your sunglasses or lost your sunglasses like the lovely Lisa has,
Yeah, I did.
we could come here and get her a new set of sunglasses. Okay. Your pictures, here's your pixel gallery right here. This is also for you platinums and diamonds. This is where you come and get your gifts, right? Your pins and well, they've replaced the coasters finally, so no more koozies. Sorry, yeah, no more koozies. Right? They have something different now. Okay, so we're gonna keep on going down. This is called the Gondola Lounge. Okay, and they got some music playing in the background, so I'm sure somebody at YouTube is gonna flag my video. Everybody's waving. Hello, hello, hello. Are we having fun today?
Yeah, we are having fun today.
Oh.
We have song requests going on, except right now I just played a random song.
She's got a microphone. She's louder than me.
Yes, sir.
That's not fair. No, it doesn't. All right. So again, this bar goes, as you can see, from side to side on the ship. It's a really nice space. We'll try to come here during the evening and show you some of the evening activities. Okay. And as you see, there's a little buffet here as well. Okay. And again, there's the one side of the ship on this side, and then the other side of the ship over there. So, but we're going to do the outsides later. Let's finish the deck inside first. Oh, if we got to pick songs, do Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars, we might have that. Please hold.
Okay, please hold.
His favorite is Uptown Funk.
Please hold. Hold, please.
Wait, hold on. I forgot what album.
We're not going anywhere. We're just going over here to the bar. All right. And let's see. We'll show you their menu in this bar. So this is the Gondola Lounge bar. Sangria and wine. Okay. There you go. So there is your menu at the Gondola Lounge bar. Okay, so we're continuing on. Lisa's getting some pictures of that. So we are now at the back of the ship. Again, we're in the rear elevator and stairs. There's your map. And just to make sure that I didn't, overstep it for you, the Terrazza staterooms start there and on the other side as well. If you're unfamiliar with the Terrazza staterooms, they're kind of like the Havana suites on the XL class. Okay? We will cover the cabins themselves, the cabin decks, where all the cabins are in a different stream. We've already shown you what the Terrazza or the Cabana cabin looks like. Yeah, no, it's I think it's a Terrazza balcony, but I think they call it the cabana. But look at this bar. This is an all new space, so this has been a complete remodel, right? The band would set up there in the evenings. Okay. Anyone can access this bar. This is not a protected space, if you will. For those staying in the Terrazza suites, you have some private areas to yourself during the day. So let's give you a little look at there. There's their menu. Okay. Lisa's going to snap some pictures of that as well. Okay. So there's an outdoor space here as well. And some bathrooms. This also leads around to the cabins. Okay. We'll cover the outside space when we get outside in just a couple minutes, but I wanted to show you why we're here. Okay. And that gentleman, wave hi. Okay. Good afternoon, Carnival Venezia. All right, so that's the complete sort of right side of the ship. Now we're going to go and cover the few areas of the left side that we didn't get to show you. Obviously, we covered some of it because we were forced to cross over, but we don't want to miss the parts we didn't get to. And then we'll go outside. Okay. So yeah, back to the Terrazza staterooms. So if you're staying in one of those, your key card, you also get like a little band, and that allows you to access. What? I heard it. I was right there. I promise. I'm so sorry. I was just kicking myself. All right. We have a lot of fun whether we're on camera or off camera, guys. So if you ever see us on a ship, don't be afraid to stop us and say hello and hang out for a little bit. We've been running into the same people a lot on this ship and hanging out with them. Yeah, we did it. They weren't on our shore excursion, but sure enough, we just get off the bus and they were like standing there waiting for us. It was weird. We're like, are you guys stalking us? All right, as you can see, we're crossing paths again. You know, most of the people out there that show you ship tours and things, there's a lot of editing. I'm obviously not afraid of editing. I do it a lot. But we choose to show you this in sort of a one-step process so you can get the true feeling of the space, right? If somebody shows you a restaurant and then cuts to another restaurant or the next thing down the line, you just don't know, okay? So again, to give you your bearing, there's Fahrenheit 555 over there. We were just there a minute ago. There's that little sort of atrium area with the casino below. And now here's your banzai sushi. Banzai. All right, so here you go. Look at this, right? Love the look in here. I like these lights that look like wind turbines.
Those are cool, aren't they?
Yeah, I've seen them somewhere else too. Here's the menu. This is the same sort of sushi menu that, you know, is on all the ships. So it's just the space that looks a little bit different. Okay? So there's your banzai sushi. So we're continuing this way, Lisa. So your teppanyaki's there, your sushi is here. So if you're doing an all-oriental thing one night, they're right there. Right across from banzai is your piano bar 88. Okay? And so if you like to come in here and see the piano player and sing along, this is your spot. And these guys are amazing. I don't know if you've ever sat in here before. If you haven't, it's worth an hour's time to come sit in here on a sea day one night and hang out with the piano guy hollering tunes out. It's great. Okay? Of course, it's got its own bar. You know, by the way, just an interesting thing. If you want a frozen drink, you can get a frozen drink inside. I point that out because, believe it or not all cruise lines have blenders or mixers on the inside bars. If you want, say, like a strawberry daiquiri or something, you're forced to go to the pool deck because they only have blenders outside. Virgin. I'm sorry. I coughed. Excuse me. Virgin. Did I do that again? I don't know. Yeah. So, all right. So we're back sort of midship again, right? Again, give you a reference. Here's our center, okay? And we're back in the shops area, and he's just chomping at the bit to open the door, start selling some, you know, nice jewelry, watches and stuff, okay? There again is your center elevator bank. We're not gonna go there. Oh, actually, no, that's the front elevator bank. Because we're back at the theater, okay? Your watches, right? They have a whole shop just for watches, okay? All right, but we're back at the theater. Just for giggles, just for giggles. Lisa, hold on to the camera for just a minute.
Sure.
I'm gonna see if I can break in, hang on.
Well, he is disappearing behind closed doors, so that's kind of a good sign. We'll see if he thinks he can bring the camera in. What do you think?
I got yelled at.
Oh, that would be another.
Okay. Oh, are you kidding me? We're finally about to take you outside and show you outside stuff, and it's closed. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, so let's go to the other side. We will walk around. I gotta climb over something, I'm doing it. I don't know if you can hear Lisa chuckling in the background. By the way, for those of you who think I walk fast, I am currently at this moment walking fast. But normally I just walk at sort of a normal clip, at least when we're doing these. Okay, so let's get all the way up to the front of the ship, and then we'll work our way backwards. I hope you guys don't mind that. The outdoor spaces here on Deck 5 are really nice, guys. People were asking about the pool area, you know, about chairs and stuff. If you are not wanting to dip your toes in the water, Deck 5 is not a bad place to come and sit. You'll see, I'll show it a little bit more clearly in a couple minutes when I turn around, but we'll get some sea spray or something. Yeah, and we're sorry for the wind. We're on an outside deck. It's gonna be nasty. So here's the front of the ship. I may have to cut this audio out and just do it live, but look at this. Look at this area. There's not too many ships these days that have a lot of outdoor forward. Look, I mean, there is a ton of space out here. If the winds aren't too bad, this would be a great place to hang out. We actually videoed some of these forward-facing cabins, okay? But this overlooks the, I believe that's the crew hot tub. Okay, if you're a fan of Titanic, this is where you come and do your king of the world. Okay, all right. So let's go. There's a staircase to go up further if you want to go up further. As you can see, there's a couple of staircases, right? You go up there and up there again, which we'll do later. And there's the bridge right there. Okay, so get around the corner here where the wind is not so bad. Again, we do apologize. There we go. Let me get against the... All right. You should be able to hear us nice and neat now. By the way, look at this. Look at this beautiful. We're in Lisbon today, Portugal. Was it the cross down there that they said has been there for like, I don't know, 1,000 years or something like that? You know, when you take a shore excursion, they're giving you a lot of info, okay? So, remember I told you about it's not a new ship? Look, these are the things we're talking about, right? Is it minor? Yeah, it's minor. This is not going to affect my vacation one bit. It just, you don't expect it, right? So, there's a lot of that around the ship, okay? So again, here's some of the chairs that I was talking about. Just nice to lounge on, okay? And this is where we started outside, okay? The theater is behind here, okay? So we are now walking towards the backside of the ship. These are not pay things. Anybody can come sit in here. A lot of times on the ships, these cabanas, you have to rent them. Hello, how are you? But you don't have to rent these. They're just nice, quiet spaces. Let me tell you, it is generally quiet out here. Like Serenity, quiet. Serenity deck. The ship, they did do a Serenity deck. We'll show you when we get upstairs. But it is probably as quiet, if not more quiet down here. Okay. Nice area. I love the little clamshell looking like things. Okay. Look at that area. This is part of the outside of Fahrenheit 555. Okay, I mean, you can actually see the sign. This is just more of a lounging area. Maybe if you're waiting for your table or something, you could lounge there and have a cocktail. Here are the tables, the outdoor tables. So if you want to dine al fresco, you can do that. Hello. Hello. All right. Now look at this little area, right? It's nice, right? So these baffles help with the wind coming at you, right? So just a nice quiet space. Okay, moving forward. Backwards, yeah. Sorry. Heading to the back of the ship. It's another entrance exit. And I think this is the outside of, it is, Il Viaggio. Actually on the plates.
Nice.
So again, if you want to do the really Italian thing and dine outside, again, al fresco, you can do that here. All right, moving forward. We're getting close to the Terrazza suites, okay? And again, this is an area that's quote unquote protected. Not protected, but to be staying in those suites to have access to them. So we may have to fudge. We'll see what happens. Because we're coming to a halt here. Yeah, see, look. So you cannot get in there. Wristbands required. See? You got to hold your key card up or your wristband to this to get in the door. Or not. Right. So here's the outside. This area is called the lanai, by the way, I believe. We're going to keep the camera facing forward because part of what people talk about with these suites is privacy. As you can see, there are railings here. So people are not on your balcony. I suppose they could go in there if they want. But the stateroom doors do lock. And so you can keep it locked. But the space out here is generous. The balcony is probably, I'd say 3 times the size of a normal balcony, right? Maybe 3 times the size of a normal balcony. And you got loungers. And you actually have a hammock, which is nice, okay? So we are rounding the corner to the back of the ship. And this is still all part of the Terrazza suites. So they have a hot tub back here that they can use, or you could use. Nice hot tub, okay? And again, some nice chairs that are sort of a step down, right? And just sit here and look out the back of the ship. That is where we came out when we were inside. Just continually giving you guys a reference so you can see where we're at, okay? And it has a matching hot tub on this side. So there you go. So I'm not sure why that door was open. It was supposed to be locked, but Maiden Voyage and everything, who knows? Could be broken. So we've rounded around the back. We're now heading back towards the front. This door we'll have no problem with because we're on the inside. We watch you. There's another YouTuber. All right, yeah, see, it's not even shut. So, okay. So there you go. So we're on the outside of the midship. Where they were playing music. Just a nice little lounge area. And they are literally in there spraying, Lisa. We may not get in there. Which sucks because that's actually the smoking area. the one area I know several of you want to see. Oh my Lord. The La Strada Grill. So let's go back inside and see if we can see how long they're doing this. What we're gonna do, we may wait till just a little bit later and before the stream come down here because it'll be open by then, and we'll cover the last half of this deck, okay? So we will finish this up a little bit later. All right, so in real time, it's been about 3 minutes since we stopped recording and we found a secret way in. But what we also forgot to show you, and I did, is turn around and show you the Amari bar. This is, again, sort of, it's right next to Lisa and Banzai Sushi. I don't know how I missed this. This is technically our muster station. All right, so here's the menu. And we'll go ahead and flip the page for me. We'll take some pictures of this, you know, and get you them if you want, but there you go. Okay? So the Amari bar. The reason why my eyes were featured to the right. That's one side of the ship. There's the center of the ship, and the bar kind of splits the two areas, but it's real nice. Nice look. She wants you to come keep her company. Come order a drink from her. All right, so let's head outside. So I found a way by everything, and there's some people out here, so I'm like, okay, we're going. We're doing this now. I've already been yelled at once today. I'll be fine getting yelled at again. He's like, get out. Okay, I'm out. You're not allowed to be in here. All right, okay. So this is past that little barrier. We got stopped right there. So as you can see, there's the La Strada Grill. We sort of were stuck on the other side of that a minute ago. So it's a little place that does some food out here, okay? And here's the menu of what they do, by the way. Some salads, some sides, buttered corn. Oh yeah, we gotta come out here. I don't know how we've missed this place already. It's been a busy few days, right? We got on the ship and we did have one day at sea, but we doing lots of filming. And then 3 ports in a row. So we really haven't had a tremendous amount of time to look at other things. All right, so there's another area for lounging when they're not in here pressure washing. So because the pool deck area, which you will see, is not the biggest on this particular ship, they've made up for it in other areas. And sorry, here's the outside of Banzai Sushi. So again, at nighttime, if you want to do sushi out here, you can. And of course, they have that area roped off too. We're just going to sneak by real quick. I can go over. Oh, you're awesome. All right, little outdoor bar here, little seating area. Okay. And then look at this. It's just quiet space. This is right outside Piano Bar 88. So at nighttime, it might be howling out here, but during the day, it is so quiet out here right now. Okay. So what you all have been waiting for, at least some of you, is the smoking areas. So this whole area currently that you see is part of the smoking area. So they're all in these protected little inlets. Hey, hello. I'm sorry, what was that?
I said hi home, wherever home is.
Exactly, right? Where's your home?
Brooklyn, New York.
Brooklyn, New York. So you're going to land almost in your neighborhood.
Yards from where we live.
Oh my gosh, that's great. We got a plane to catch. And it just keeps on going. So it's comfortable, it's nice, it's quiet down here. The wind, even when it's howling, because all these things are sort of protected, it's comfortable. The other smoking area is up on deck 11, and it's pretty windy up there. So for those who like to smoke, if you want to come down, this is right outside the theater. Again, the theater is right there. This is the door that we were going to try to come out that was taped off. And the smoking area is these 2 sections. Okay? So there you have it. For those who want to know where the smoking section is on deck 5, it's right there. And it's really, really comfortable down there. Again, and this is the last little bit of the outside of deck 5. They're pressure washing up there still. And so we're not going to go all the way up, but we already showed you all the way up there from the other side. If you keep on going forward, again, that's the very front of the ship. So there you go. So there you have it, everybody. There is your deck 5 complete walkthrough tour. It had a little break in there. Sorry, but you know, I didn't want to wait until tonight. So we found a walk around so we could get it to you all now. So again, we hope you enjoyed the tour. Darn doors closed all the rest of the time. All right, sorry, I can't remember what I was going to do here. So this is the theater. I got in there tonight for the show, and I figured I'd video a little bit for you. It is a really beautiful theater. However, there are some sightline issues. Down there on deck 4, it's fairly flat, so it's not really sort of stadium seating like a lot of the new ships. Up here on the 5th level, as you can see, the seats do have a bit of an incline, but unfortunately, that big wooden rail right there is in the way of pretty much every seat. Right? So it doesn't matter where you sit on the upper, except for the very, very back, you're going to have some sightline issues. We watched one of the shows from up top, and it was like, we're doing one of these things.
And there were some empty seats next to us as well, because the columns are there, and you can't see anything around those columns.
So we're going to go downstairs for one of the shows and sort of sit around. And what we really wanted to do is when there's nothing going on, we can go in when it's empty and sit in a bunch of the chairs and move around and let you know that don't sit here, don't sit there, but you really want to sit here. But they got the doors always closed. Again, this is being the Maiden Voyage. They're in there working constantly, trying to get things up to speed. So there's that. For those who've been leaving comments, we have been ignoring you. It just we can't talk over the videos. So cruise and flight. So back to the Wax Museum. The bar that we saw in the back of deck 5. That's where the Wax Museum used to be, if I remember correctly, and they turned that into the Terrazza Suites Bar Club Joint Lounge area. Okay. Good afternoon, Melanated Fairy. Thanks for joining the stream. By the way, where are you guys all from? We haven't asked that in any of our streams. We love to know where you guys are from. We are based out of Central Florida. Just type in the comments where you're from. Okay. We when we were on the celebration, we had people watching us from New Zealand and all over the place. So anyway, and Melanated Fairy says happy birthday and happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Appreciate that. And if no one else has told you, thanks for doing this every day and sharing. Yeah, absolutely. It's not just a vacation for us. Obviously we're here to serve you as well. It's why we started the channel, right? So we're towards the latter half now of the 50 days. We're 40 days in. We got 10 days left. So so we can bring you these ships, right? Because look, we are no different than you guys. When we're at home and we're thinking about a cruise, I go to YouTube and I try to find some videos of what the ship looked like. And so I know that's what you're doing. So we're here to bring you the videos, right? So we'll just go to YouTube and watch ourselves. Right? And thank you everybody for the thumbs up. So here's your reminder. Yes. If you've never seen us before, if this is the first time you've come to our stream, thank you so much. We appreciate you being here. Do us an honor. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe. Become part of the Tall Man Clan. It costs you nothing. Right? We are bringing you this entire ship, front to back, top to bottom, inside and out. And if you haven't figured out tonight, I'm not afraid of getting yelled at, and I'm not afraid of jumping ropes. But I am afraid of heights.
Yes, he is.
Horribly afraid of heights. Okay, so thank you again, Melanie. Very appreciate it. Vladimir? Hercules! Hercules! All right. Can't wait. You're going in September. Excellent. Excellent. Nice. AJ, you're from New Jersey. That's great. You don't have far to go, do you?
No.
Loved the little clip of Lisbon. Great job. Oh, thanks. Yeah, so we're trying to do that if enough time in the day allows. As you know, we're going to be losing time. We lost an hour last night to today. We're losing another hour tomorrow, right? So if we're streaming at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that it's an hour less for us. So we had been going at midnight. Tonight we started at 11. Tomorrow at 10. It just depends how much time I can get through all the footage that we did. But I appreciate that. Yeah, we got off the ship. Spent just a little bit of time in Lisbon. But Obidos is where...
Beautiful.
That was the castle of Obidos we were sharing with you. It was a great tour. It really was.
Absolutely.
If you're ever in Lisbon on a cruise, we would recommend that tour. It's about an hour drive. And you're there for, 2-3 hours, something like that. And then, of course, the hour drive back. But it was really neat.
Yeah.
You can't go in like the castle part. But you're all over it. We were walking the top of the ramparts. That's where the I'm afraid of heights comes in. I was literally...
Little skinny.
Yeah.
Way up in the air. Yeah. And the wind was blowing.
Stop. Yeah, I did it, but
you did. I'm proud of you.
It took me a long time. I take a couple steps and I hug the wall a little bit. I take a couple more steps and I'm good. And if you think like the ropes course on the Carnival ships, they have one here, and I tried it. I was watching Lisa do it on the Celebration. I'm like, yeah, I can probably do that. I got up there. I got like through 3 of the little obstacles, and then I got to a pole, and I just 20 minutes for them to talk me off of it. I couldn't finish it, so I'm deathly afraid of heights, but I tried. Okay, anyway, so that was the castle of Obidos. So you guys would really love that, I'm sure. Okay, so and then of course a few things here going around the ship at night. Right, we want to show you some of the nightlife as well. Happy birthday and anniversary! I wish you both lots of happiness. By the way, you're from Brooklyn, New York. Great.
Brooklyn, nice.
For you watching from up north, from New Jersey, from Brooklyn, you guys are going to be on the ship quick. Yeah, we had a fly-in, so I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy this ship being parked right in your neighborhood.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's get to some of the questions that you've had. As Lisa's pulling this up, we released a video earlier today as well as a short just before Christine Duffy got off the ship this morning. She announced to all of us first, before the press release went out, that they are breaking tradition, meaning when a ship comes out, they name a godmother, right? All ships have godmothers. Well, they have chosen a godfather for this ship. Again, breaking tradition, and they have named Jay Leno. So that was some big news today. The first ship in history with a male, well, the godfather. And some people have been writing comments, and one of them makes sense, right? Italian ship, up in New York, godfather, makes sense to me. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. Tonight he sleeps with the fishes. Anyway, okay. I'm not good at impressions, sorry. Okay, somebody had been asking about tea time. All right, I'm going to tell you what we know. Please take this with a grain of salt, not a leaf of tea, but a grain of salt. Things may change. It looks, to the best of our knowledge, that tea time is on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's not every day. Again, Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it happens in the Canal Grande restaurant. Okay? High tea, 3 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Speaking of tea, so iced tea.
Yeah.
Where's the picture? It's in my phone. Somebody, when we're done with all this, type in there, remind me, just say iced tea so I can see it, because I don't want to have a squirrel moment. Okay. Somebody wanted to know how to prop open the balcony door. The doors here, they're doors, they're not sliders. And I had made a comment in the stream last night. We had a camera out there. I didn't have time to fix it tonight. That's why we don't have the camera out there. And so our door is pretty good at staying open on its own. But for whatever reason, the room steward left this in the room. So bring one with you. And I just shoved it in the gap between the hinge and the door. And it keeps it open, right? So not down on the ground, but up in the air.
And that'll keep the wind from blowing the door closed.
Yeah. This one here, the hinge on it is really stiff. So, speaking of which, your thing is still on there from last night. Oops. Yeah,
A handy dandy cell phone holder.
That's how we had the phone held up there. Okay, so that's how we prop the door open. It's not very scientific. It's just the door wedge, but instead of putting it on the ground, we put it up between the hinge and the frame, and it keeps it open. Just a rubber door thing. Okay. Somebody wanted to know which dining room has the 6 p.m. seating. Okay. On this ship, the Marco Polo is the only restaurant that does your traditional seating times. Okay. Now again, take this with a grain of salt. This is not like to be etched in stone. Okay, it's not the 10 Commandments. We learned today the time is a floating time based upon the group of passengers that are on the ship that week. Okay? If it is a much older crowd, they move the times down or up. Like the normal time would be 6 o'clock and 8:15. That is the normal time for the Marco Polo for the main seatings. Okay, 6 o'clock and 8:15. If the cruise happens to have a very high passenger count of people over a certain age, they typically like to eat a little earlier. They move the times to 5:30 and 7:45.
And that's what it is on our sailing.
Correct. So right now it's 5:30 and 7:45, but typically 6 and 8:15. Okay, that is only in the Marco Polo. If you are doing anytime dining, that happens in the Canal Grande. That entire restaurant is dedicated to that. Okay. I think that was it for today. We have more things to get you answers for. Okay, we just haven't gotten to it yet. We promise we'll get to all of it.
Yes, we will.
Let's see, were there any other questions up here that I missed from tonight? If you're if you're new to the stream, this is how this works. It is very simple. We answer all the comments. Okay. If you're watching us live, please, and you have a question, no matter how strange you may think it might be, it is not, I promise. Leave it in the comments as we're streaming live. If you are watching this as a rebroadcast, leave a comment below, and we will do our best. I can tell you right off the bat, if you want information about a very specific cabin, it is more than likely we're not going to be able to get that for you. Obviously, there are people in them. Okay. However, we already have done a stream where we covered 10 cabin types. Okay. I promise whatever it is you're looking for is in one of those other cabins. So go back into the list of our videos. It says, Carnival Venezia Live, 10 cabin crawl, TMC style, something like that. Okay. Check that out. That should answer your questions about the cabins. We will try, but I just tell you right now, if it's a cabin thing, more than likely, we're not going to be able to get that info for you. Okay, meaning we can't get in. Somebody's in the room. Okay, we got to look into the Terrazza area for AJ. Do the suites have access? Haven't covered that yet. Flavored water. Again, we've been walking around, still haven't seen flavored water. So I'm not sure what to do. But guess what? The midnight buffet is going to be going on tonight. And when we're done with the stream, we are going to go.
And they actually did have the midnight buffet last night. It didn't show up on the app when I was looking for it, but I went up there and it was open. So it is scaled back from what it used to be, but it's nice to have
it's back.
Options.
Yeah.
It's back. I love it.
Little lady, you're going to stump us in that one. We don't drink. We're not drinkers. Wine, alcohol. Occasionally we'll have a strawberry daiquiri or something, but that's as nasty as it gets for us when it comes to drinking. So we don't do the bubbles package, whether it's the soda and or alcohol. She drinks iced tea. I drink lemonade, and or we both drink water. And so I don't really have anything to say that I could add. If there's a specific question you have about the bubbles package, I can ask. But interestingly enough, I will say this, since you brought up drinking in the nicest of ways, there is a lot of security on this ship. For a passenger list of, people who are mostly behaved. So there's been a lot of chit-chat, whether it's social media or even from Carnival themselves about the ruckuses that happen on their ship. They're cracking down, y'all. Mm-hmm. So behave. Or we've seen them carry some people, not this ship, but another one. There's a video that plays in your room when you come in your cabin that they have up their security. They've changed their protocols, and they just don't like us. Not that we do it because we don't really cover the news, but the us's of the world posting that stuff for people to see out there. They think it invites the wrong crowd. We don't necessarily do those things. I tell you, we don't do that anyway. But I know several of the other YouTubers who cover cruises, and they don't do it for that. They do it so right? It's for information, and nothing else. Anyway, are those red jackets in crew wear come only in red or any other color? AJ, I'll be honest, we literally haven't stepped foot in a shop yet because every time we walk around with a camera, we're in port somewhere. Tomorrow is a sailing day. Then we're in Punta del Gorda in the Azores, and then we've got like 5 sailing days. We're going to get into every single shop, walk through them, and show you what's in them. And I know somebody else was looking for the red jacket. They wanted red. So we will cover all of that for you guys in streams to come. Maybe even tomorrow. It's just going to be a segment, like the theater was a segment. We'll cover another deck and then add the shops as a segment. Okay. We'll get to all of that for you guys. So, yeah. Absolutely. Wow, this is great. We appreciate. Oh, what I forgot to talk. I was talking about subscribing and all that stuff, and I got off track. So leave your questions down below. Subscribe to all the 9 yards. But what we really forgot to do at the beginning of the stream is thank all of our new subscribers. Right? Thank you so much. If you didn't know, we have another channel with nearly 5,000 subscribers. We started posting our cruise content there, and after the first cruise we did that for, we decided we were going to separate it, which is when we brought up and planned this 50-day adventure. And so we're sort of started 40 days ago at ground zero again with 0 subscribers. And so I think we're nearly at 300 now. And, it doesn't seem like a lot. There's people out there with tens and hundreds of thousands. But guess what? It's only going to get bigger by one person at a time subscribing. And so that's why we always invite you to do it. Helps the channel out a lot. We really do appreciate it. And in the end, it costs you nothing. Nothing. We're out here on our own dime. Nobody has paid us to be here. The cruise lines haven't comped us diddly squat. And so if you could, please subscribe and watch the videos.
Absolutely.
And a thumbs up if you think we've done good.
Yes, we appreciate it.
And we thank you. So back to iced tea. So you got to tell me in the chat. I need to see. Does that look like iced tea to you? I don't know. Does that look like iced tea? It's almost the color of the wall back there.
It is.
Let me put it in front of me. So I got to know. Do y'all think that looks like iced tea? I'm going to have a sip. Was the inaugural gift in every cabin, and is the midnight buffet every night? So the inaugural gift wasn't in the cabins to begin with. It was placed in there 2 days ago. So on day 3. We showed them last night. We'll show you again. Go grab them.
Sure.
It's a little bag and a picture. It's signed by Christine Duffy and the captain. And so, yeah, here comes the picture and the bags. We got each of us got a bag. It's just like a little grocery bag, beach bag kind of a thing, right? It's got the dates on there and stuff. Right, so it's kind of cool. Love that. And then we got this nice picture. It's actually photo, right? The signatures in the bottom shows the actual trip, right, on the map.
With the itinerary.
Yep. That was really neat, too, so we can have that framed.
That is very nice.
Yeah. All right, so, come on now. Did that look like tea to you? There's a point for me asking. I want to make sure we're not the only crazy ones on the ship. Well, I know we're not the only crazy ones on the ship, but well, I don't know. We might be the crazy ones.
We are the crazy ones.
Thank you again for the thumbs up. Thank you.
Yes,
thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank
really
you
do.
all.
Yeah, it's weird going back to 0. Yeah, we labored over the fact of separating the channels for a while.
We did.
And we're like, let's just do it and suck it up. What really bothers us, the deck tours that you're seeing here, they used to literally be live. We would stream from our phone, right, and literally walk you at night through the decks. And this format, oddly enough, it's come to grow on me because when we do that, it's hard to read the comments on the phone.
That's true.
As we're carrying it. So this format is a lot better.
It is.
Definitely does not. Okay, great. So here's the thing. So for the first 3 days, the iced tea looked like iced tea.
Yeah.
Like you would expect. And then all of a sudden yesterday, it's like dirty water.
And
so,
I thought that the tea mixture was running out. And I poured out, I went to all the different dispensers and I poured it all out. I'm like, well. And then come to find out, I guess they call it European tea.
European tea.
So.
Because that's what happens after you drink a lot of tea. European it.
Oh my, bad joke.
Sorry.
But I mean, it tastes okay. I don't think it's as strong as
it's not. It's a very light flavor.
But I mean,
they call it European tea, and so we're on a ship, Italian style. I get that. Interesting enough, there's probably about 95% Americans on here.
But honestly, I think it came because all of the food was put onto the ship.
Well, then where'd the American tea come from?
I don't know. That's true because there was American tea to begin with.
I don't know.
So that is a good question.
They ran out of one kind of tea and stuck in another and kind of messed everybody up.
Yeah, I guess. But I had the normal tea in the dining room tonight.
Yeah.
So
that came out of the buffet area. That's the only place to get
your beverages other than like alcoholic beverages.
So in other words, if you want the lemonade, iced tea, apple juice
orange juice
in the morning, if it's the orange juice, apple juice, guava, whatever it is, that those self-serve things, those are only on deck 10 in the Lido area. I know when we're in the Celebration or on the XL class, they have a couple of those machines all around the ship, which is really kind of nice.
It is.
They don't have that on this one. It's just up on 10. Obviously, in the dining room, they're getting them from somewhere, so they must still have a supply of the American tea.
I guess.
I don't know. They're out of ice cream today for a while. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Being an Italian ship, has there been any discussion about a coffee package? Wow, that is a good question.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything either, but that
about
is
a coffee
something
package.
I am going to take a note on, and we will find out. All right.
We made friends with the hotel director and the cruise director in the weirdest of ways. But yeah, we'll ask.
We'll make friends with the food and beverage guy too.
Yeah. I know. Again, we haven't gotten everywhere. We promise we will get to every nook and cranny. But I haven't even noticed, and again, maybe it's because I don't drink coffee, but I don't think I've even noticed a coffee bar. Have you? Has there been a coffee bar? Like we just got off the...
No, you know what? I don't think I have seen one.
We just got off the Resilient Lady like 2 weeks ago. We did that inaugural cruise, and they had like multiple coffee bars around the ship. Just coffee. Now, again, they were upscale. You had to pay for it, but they were there. I haven't seen a coffee bar here. So
no, I haven't either, come to think of it.
Tomorrow being a sea day, it's funny. Until this morning, which I didn't put... Why didn't I put that in there? Pulling into Lisbon, we go under this like unbelievable bridge.
Yeah. Where was that clip?
I don't know. It must still be in my phone. Gotta hope I didn't delete it.
Oh my
I'll have to put that in tomorrow. It's just because I missed it today. But that was the first time I got up as far as, all the new water park and all that stuff that had been put on the ship. Because we've been so busy and in the lower decks, we haven't even gone all the way up there. we've only got up to deck 11, and it was in the pool area. So, yeah, so we'll get to every nook and cranny to see if there's any kind of coffee bar here. And if so, we'll talk to them about, hey, they need to create a coffee package for Deanna because she wants a coffee package.
Yes.
Got it? Coffee package. Anyway, can you start that process now? So maybe we can do
Right, I agree. There's a lot of coffee drinkers, and that makes sense to me. Being an Italian ship, absolutely.
We will put the word out there for you.
Yes.
We have subscribers that want a coffee package.
Yes.
Just like a $10 a day thing, right? Maybe I don't know what it would be, but yeah. Okay, coffee package. Right, put that in your notes. Did you put it in your notes? Okay.
I did.
We'll speak to Blinky. We've given everybody nicknames. We met the hotel director. We're just chit-chatting. It was day one, and I've seen the multiple stripes on his, so I know he was up there. And I'm just messing with him. I'm like, so what are you doing? What do you do around here? I'm just kind of funning with him. He goes, I fix things that blink. I go, cool. From now on, you're Blinky. And we see him everywhere. He's always out on the decks doing stuff.
Every day we
Blinky!
run into him. Hey, Captain Blinky.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
Officer Blinky.
Officer Blinky, hi.
He laughs. Same with Mark Hugh. We give him a different name every day because this guy, he's, man, as a cruise director, he is all over. Normal ships, cruise directors, their jobs is really, it is just 24/7, these poor guys. And they are all over the place doing this, that, or whatever. But normally, within the within a limited scope, right? I mean, they're the head of the fun squad, and so normally
they're making the announcements.
Yeah, you're not seeing them out there with a broom, if that makes sense, right? I mean, so on yesterday's video, we got a clip of it when we were coming back on the boat. He was out there directing traffic in the queue lines, like off the ship. It wasn't even on the ship. He was off the ship in the terminal directing the queue line traffic. And I'm just standing there the whole time and saying, okay, that man is going above and beyond.
Yes,
so,
he is.
For those who are coming on the ship, you're going to get a taste of Mark Q. The first few announcements we heard from him over the phone were like, yeah. And then by the third one, then you meet him and he just starts talking. It's like,
his personality, it totally fits.
Yeah, this is great. So you guys are going to love Mark Q. Maybe you've sailed with him before on a different ship, but this is our first time with Mark, so we love him very much. All right, well, look, guys, we've been with you now for about an hour, and hopefully you enjoyed tonight's show. If you have questions, as I mentioned, watching the replay, put them down in the comments. If we're catching you in this 30 to 60 second delay and you're about to ask a question, I'm so sorry. Put it in the comments below and we will gladly answer them. Do us one more favor, right? We know you've subscribed. We know you've given us the thumbs up. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys must be part of a Facebook group or some kind of group for your particular cruises. Do us a huge favor. Copy the link of one of our streams and put it in there so they can get the same helpful, useful information you're getting. Okay? Again, that would help the channel out a lot.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Right? So if you're in a Facebook group for your specific cruise or some other type of whatever group, let them all know that we're on the ship now and we're getting the down and dirty details for you.
Whatever you want to know.
Whatever you want to know. All right. Guess what, guys? We're going to call it quits for the night and go have some buffet.
Yes, midnight buffet.
All right. So until we see you tomorrow night, be safe.